Hello everyone, this is a second video about the light shield abusing build that I showed in the previous one. The reason why I'm doing this video is to show you that you need absolutely no gear to actually start with this. As long as you have the bow and leveled it up, you don't need anything else. So to demonstrate this, I made a character set that contains absolutely nothing. As you can see, I literally just went around in a battlefield and grabbed out blue gear that was on the ground and started to craft on them. And I chose three uniques or legendaries that can make you start this build. I chose the first one, obviously needs to be the ring to get your additional damage from the holy shield, and you need the life leech, and you need the helmet. And everything else I just crafted as a blue gear. The whole thing, including the cost of craft of the legendaries, was less than 500,000 gold. So it's really not that much money. If you run like one furnace, it should cover the whole thing, I think, even in a low level furnace. So that's it. If you see, these are not even rolled proper stats. I just found the stats that I needed and then got them to a semi-decent level, and that's it. And this is enough for you to get started, and by that I mean started to a point where you not only usually when you have blue gear, you want to do like 0 to 4 3 to start getting actual gear that you can use later on, and enough cash to buy your legendaries and craft on the actual legendaries that I showed in the previous video. But even if you don't do that, you can go to the max level and just start to farm, and let's see how it goes. It won't be as impressive as the previous one, as you can see, but it still works. And now, because the damage is lower, you actually need to be a bit more active and pick up the gloves as you go by. But as you can see, you can still clear pretty much everything. And this is the version of the battlefield that you should be in. Your well-developed mid-game character should be clearing this one. This character right now in a usual build wouldn't be able to do this. It's not really for this. So we just go around, and as you can see, we are in no problem. There is no problem. We don't die. We can clear them in a fast enough pace. You just stand in on the faces and just clear it. That's it. So hopefully this shows you that I wouldn't recommend doing this, so this is just for demonstration, but if you are doing this, you'll still be fine. That's not an issue for you. I also don't want to spoil it for you because it's a fun fight, but before this I did the Eden Nostrus fight with this character. It progged my invulnerability once when doing it, and that's it. So it was fine. You can do even this one of the hardest fight that you can before progressing to the end game part. And I won't show this to you because it's spoiling a really good fight, so just believe it can do it. It's fine. So what do you first focus on when you start this character and you have absolutely nothing? What you need to focus is get a minimum amount of mana regen is advised, because that makes you be able to run this aura that increases your damage, so that's helpful. And you also need to focus on a couple of things. Get 1 point of mana leech here or here, and then focus on as much armor penetration as you can. The reason why I'm currently running Savagery is also that you can get here armor penetration from it. And the way this game works is these fights will have increased armor and increased elemental resistance. So if you don't have good enough armor penetration, then this will lower your damage significantly. And you can get it to a 100, and then this stat is no longer relevant to you, and it doesn't matter how much armor they have, you don't care about it. That's why you should be focusing on that one first. The reason why my stats are so low and why it's unrealistic, because as you can see, all this gear is on a 0 level item. And by the point that you reach 100 and you start to accumulate this gear, you should be around level 8 to 10 each of these gear. It will give like 1.5, 2 times as much stat as I have. So you will do way more than on this demonstration. The other two stats that you need to focus on is critical strike chance and ancestral strike chance. And the last one that you need to get is rebound. You need to get it to 50+%, and that means that all your projectiles will always rebound. And the ability setup that you will run is the following. You will get the rebound here. Sorry. Yep. Sorry. You can get the rebound here, and you can get the pierce chance, and you can get some increased damage here. At this point, you have so low damage that you can do it, or you can be safer and get a lot more evasion with this one. It's up to you which one you prefer. I still prefer the evasion, I think, now that I tested it. You can get the extra arrows from here until you get your uniques that give you the extra arrows that you want. And this is a small amount of poison that will have a bit of damage, but not much, because it doesn't get the extra damage from the holy armor. You also need to run pretty much the same setup as the previous one did. So you need the critical, you need the arrow shot to deflect the projectiles, you need the projectile speed, the critical, and you need the extra damage here and the movement speed. That's it. And here you should, until you have enough damage, focus on savagery. Once you have enough damage, you can go out from savagery. You need to get extra armor penetration because of this, and you can go into bravery, and it will give you the movement speed and the influence gain and everything else that you need to be a bit quicker. That's what you need to focus on. Okay, as you can see, I don't even have anything regarding stats or masteries or even Reaper stats on this crafted. What this means is these are really cheap comparatively to craft, but I didn't even use them. As you can see, you can craft Reaper stats on each of these. The first one will be around 10k, but the reroll is around 1k. So from like 20k, you can get each of your item with Reaper stats, Mastery stats, and Attribute score. You need Mastery stats first if you are short on cash and resources, and you need the Reaper stats second. The Mastery stat, if you get a level 3 from level 2 from it, I will craft it like here. And there we go. This is 10% more damage for your build. If you go and do it for each and every of your item, then your build will become literally like 4 or 5 times as much damage as I did here. And that's already good enough to clear everything in the game that you want. And with the Reaper stats and attributes added to it, you can pretty much use just this gear to clear everything, including the final boss, and that's it. So I hope this shows that you don't need the previous decked out gear that I showed in the last video that I will now pick up to actually start with this. You just need literally anything that you can find and start it with. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's pick up the gear and let's put it on. Okay, as you can also see, I managed to accidentally sell my chest armor and now I have to recraft it. So I'm an idiot, but other than that, this is the final gear that you should aspire to. Once you have the nether something gear, then you can craft any legendary things on your ring, not just the ring types. And you can use that to craft the one that gives 50 elemental damage for each globe that you pick up, and that would and each elemental damage gives you 25% of it as a shield globe value. So again, this will self-perpetuate to a very insanely high number, and you will probably get like 100k shield from each of these globes that you pick up like every 0.1 second. And I'm not sure where my shield will end up with once I'm at that place, but it should be fun. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Take care, bye.